Welcome to the greatest podcast in sports betting entertainment. My name is Tanner Kern, certified G, bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. This right here is not Grant Mitchell. He is unfortunately sick today, but we are still going live because the show must go on. Bada boom, realest guy in the room. How you doing? We are live on YouTube and TikTok as well, guys. Everyone who's watching it on TikTok, welcome to the show today. Going to do something a little different than we usually do because Grant's not here. We usually break down some games. We talk some big sports stories, but I want to answer your questions on TikTok. So if you have any betting questions, let me know and we will break those down. Also give some of my best bets for the day. We're usually on here about 20, 25 minutes. Probably will do about 15 today. Keep it short, keep it quick. Get you guys what you need to know and move on with our day. But before we do that, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you see me looking here and looking here, the TikTok camera is right there. Smash that subscribe button, guys. We've had some good results on shows as of late, and we want to keep it going today. We got 161 people already watching on TikTok, guys. Make sure you are double tapping the screen right now. Let's take this show to the moon. 212 on TikTok already. 212 on TikTok already. I absolutely love it. 236. Can we keep going up? Can we keep going up, 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 up? Keep going up. Keep smashing that subscribe button, guys. The energy build when the people come on. 284 on TikTok, and we have a single like. That is a problem. Start tapping the screen. Just don't take me for betting advice. All right, guys, we're going to start answering your questions here in a minute when we hit 1,000 likes. That's the deal. 1,000 likes, 1,000. Let's be bold. 1,000 likes. We got 2 now, so we'll see if we can get it. We got 372 people watching live on TikTok right now. Very excited about that. 381. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Colby? How you doing? Edge SJSHE Dodgers today. We'll talk about them in a minute here. But Colby, what's up, guys? How you doing? We got 57 likes. Now we're going up. Guys, if everyone taps the screen 3 freaking times, we're going to hit 1,000 likes. This isn't hard. All right, so let's start going through some games today. Why don't we start with the Dodgers? Because Edge wants the Dodgers to be discussed right now. So looking at the Dodgers here, guys. Also follow the page too on TikTok. Follow. Dodgers in a little bit of a rough spell right now. They've lost 2 straight games to the Philadelphia Phillies. And I watched this Phillies team against the Braves over the weekend. It was terrible. I watched Sunday and I took Phillies plus 1.5. It was a very bad decision on my part. Very bad decision. And yes, I do regret it. But the Philadelphia Phillies were not that good without Bryce Harper. They're not as good without these star players that they're missing right now. JT Realmuto, guys like that. Looking at today's game, though, it doesn't get much easier for the Dodgers. They got to go against Aaron Nola today, who's been fantastic over 113 innings of baseball, 10-4, 3.48 ERA with a whip right around 1. Going against Landon Knack, young pitcher in the Dodgers organization. Really like what he's been able to do. 1-2 with a 2.86 ERA and a 0.98 whip. However, when you're looking at this game, you probably want to lean towards Nola when it comes to pitching. The Phillies are minus 150 here. Dodgers are plus 125. I tend to think the Dodgers will not get swept in this series. Guys, we are only at 80 likes. Let's go. Start liking we got 265 people still on here, and we got 80 likes. I need more out of you people. I need more. All right. But the Dodgers, looking at this game, they're plus 125 on the money line. I tend to think the Dodgers will not get swept. Anytime the Dodgers are a dog, I tend to take the Dodgers. So, yes, I would probably be 0 for 2 in this series right now. But anytime the Dodgers are a short favorite to an underdog, I will take that. Lean towards the Dodgers today. Again, it's a tough play. It's probably a stay-away game if I'm looking at. But when you're getting the Dodgers for plus money, this is a team that's healthy right now compared to the Philadelphia Phillies, who are not healthy, even though they are 35-14 at home. I'm going to lean towards the Dodgers. Yesterday was a tight game, 4-3. In game 1 of this series, we kind of knew how it was going to go. 10-1 win for the Philadelphia Phillies here. Looking back at the pitching matchup, Bobby Miller was on the mound. He got shelled. We knew Bobby Miller was going to get shelled. He always gets shelled. So that's something to look at there, Dodgers. What other questions do we have, guys? We're at 179 likes now. We still got a bunch of people on here. I love it. Keep the likes going. Let's take it to the moon. Everyone likes it 5 times. We hit our goal. What other questions do we have, guys? Dodgers. Let me see if I missed any along the process here. Cubs. Reaper's got the Cubs. Bronny is getting embarrassed in summer league. Let's talk about Bronny for a minute. Reaper, I'm going to go back to the Cubs here. Guys, my buddy texted me today, and he goes, I'm not going to be able to watch ESPN this year because Bronny. I'm not going to be able to watch ESPN. Bronny is going to be playing in the G League, and we are going to forget about Bronny very, very soon. So keep that in mind. Yesterday had another bad game. He's not going to be in the show for a long time. It's summer league. There's literally nothing to talk about right now in the sports world. Okay, we have baseball. We have the All-Star game coming up. This is as dead as it's going to get those days after the All-Star game. So if we're focusing on Bronny, okay, so be it. Tanner, you need to come home. Your family misses you. Guys, I promise you this. We have 188 people watching still live, guys. It shot up to 400. If we can get 188 people interacting every single day, I will get on live every single morning. The lives were dying for a little bit, okay? They were dying, but they're coming back, and I appreciate that, Wyatt. But Bronny's not going to be here long, okay? Bronny's going to be maybe a week in the NBA and go down to the G League. He needs it. He really hasn't played a lot of basketball. All right, so let's get into the Cubs here. Talking about the Cubs today. Cubs, Nerfy hit last night. Guys, I had a 7-leg. If you guys join my Discord, it's linked up in the bio. I had a 7-leg Nerfy parlay yesterday. 7 legs. I hit 5 of them. But it was, the one of the biggest sweats on there was the Cubs. Obviously, you don't hit them all. It doesn't matter. But the Cubs found a way to hit that Nerfy yesterday. All right, Cubs playing really good baseball right now, on the verge of sweeping the Orioles, something we don't see. This is something to look at, too, when you're talking about the Yankees in the AL East race. We have Yankees-Orioles to conclude the first half of the season, so something to look at. If the Yankees can win one day, if the Orioles get swept, never know. Yankees could go into the break with a lead in the division. Not saying it's likely. Justin Steele is on the mound, 1-3, 2.95 ERA with a 1 WHIP, 79 innings, 61 hits. He's been very good going against Albert Suarez, 5-2, 2.48, 1.21 WHIP. Really good pitching matchup. This is one where I might want to potentially look at an under here. We've seen it. The Cubs scored 9 runs in game 1. That's not what their MO is. They're not really a big run-scoring team there, as much as the Orioles are. And the Orioles' bats have been quiet. So look at the 2 pitchers in this matchup. Might want to lean under on it, but would probably lean back towards the Baltimore Orioles in this spot. Again, I just don't see them getting swept. They're too good. All right, no way in the hell Bronny goes to the G League for some golf. They already said that. I know it's surprising. They came out and said it reports. I think Woj put a report out there that said Bronny is going to spend a week in the NBA and then probably go down to the G League. It's not like Bronny will have an impact on the Lakers this year. He hasn't played a lot of basketball, guys. Between the heart problem and, limited time at USC after the heart problem, he hasn't played a lot of highly competitive basketball. Guys, start liking. We still haven't hit 1,000 likes. We got more people on here than you could ever know, but we haven't hit 1,000 likes. That's a problem, guys. That's a problem. Can you tell an embarrassing story, Johnny? I don't know if I have an embarrassing story right now. Thanks for the follow, Gabriella. Not that the G League is a bad thing. The G League's great, guys. Bronny's making what's he, a $7 million contract? He's making good money to go play in the G League. I'd go play in the G League for that. I'd probably go play in the G League. I might be able to make a layup at a higher percentage too. Also, guys, looking at some WNBA news. This was crazy to me. I'm not a big WNBA guy, but everyone's going nuts over Caitlin Clark. She still leads the league in turnovers. She's had the most turnovers in WNBA history. I saw that on Twitter. Is that true? Does anybody watch WNBA? I don't know. No W. What are we talking about, Gabriella? Houck over K's. Tanner Houck over K's. Let's look at Tanner Houck today against the Oakland Athletics. This is a series that Boston needs to win. This is a series that they really need to get back on track with. What's up, Tanner? Good morning. Who's the pick for today? Honestly, I haven't looked a ton. I'm going to look more when we get off here. But if I'm looking at the board, I would probably the Nerfy and the Pirates versus Brewers game, even though it's pretty juiced. I would look towards the Pirates with Paul Skeens on the mound and probably play the under in that game as well. Again, haven't looked a ton yet. I'm going to be looking more after this. Not a fan, sad. No W. What are we talking about, Gabrielle? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, let's see here. Haven't seen Coach in the Discord in a while. Coach is in Discord every day. He's been grinding. Dodgers will win the chip, by the way. I think they should, but again, it's baseball. Anything can happen. Don't give us picks. Just tell us what your process and what market you're targeting. So process and markets that I'm targeting right now, I've really been high on hits plus runs plus RBIs. I look at which player is going against a pitcher that, one, is struggling, but two, that they hit well off. Yesterday, I made this mistake. I went more off like what players have done. So, for example, I took Rafael Devers over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Obviously, that was a huge mistake because he faced a pitcher. Who did he face yesterday? Why can't I think about it? JP Sears, who's a lefty, who he doesn't necessarily hit well off lefties. His stats are way below, but I was figured JP Sears has struggled this month. We're going to, Rafael Devers has been very hot as well. So I thought that's an exception to the rule. But when I look at it, I want to find hits plus runs plus RBIs for a hot batter against a pitcher that's potentially struggled a little bit, but also they're going against their strong arm. So righties usually hit better against lefties. That's not always the case. It has to be a player-to-player basis. But that's really been my kind of strategy when it comes to betting over the past few weeks. Javi Baez under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Got to be a lock. Javier Baez. I don't know if you guys saw the. I don't know if you guys saw the clip yesterday where it was one of the announcers. It wasn't a Tigers announcer. They played the White Sox, and he was like, Javi Baez is 20-something. Nobody's walking you intentionally. I don't know if you guys saw that. What is this live about? Sports betting. Pirates first five. Pirates first five is probably a good move with Paul Skeens on the mound. Brandon Marsh strikeout. So let me look at Javi Baez under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Yeah, it's probably a good. I bet. What is it? -150. Well, I mean, the odds probably got to be pretty stacked against you there. Not stacked against you, but you're gonna have to pay a little price. Brandon Marsh strikeouts. Timothy Keese. Brandon Marsh strikeouts. Let's see. So what is it? Over a half. Let me see. After watching the Phillies, I was so disgusted. Do you have a line on it? Because I'm not seeing it right now. I'm currently up on FanDuel, so I don't see it. Let's see. Did I miss anything here? Not a fan. What's up, Tanner? Good morning. Who's the pick? We got that. No W. Houck over K's. Look at Cam Thomas. That was one I missed. Guys, keep liking the live. Let's go. Cam Thomas is Cam Thomas playing in the G League? I don't know. No, Cam Thomas not playing in the G League. Come on. Wes Teska followed the live career. Thank you, Wes. I appreciate that. Some other stuff that we're looking at on the board, guys, today for the MLB. So going through the games real quick, you got Mackenzie Gore going against David Peterson, Mets Nationals. Going to be a tight game. Probably would lean towards the Mets there. Any lock on the two-time champion Astros? Let's see the Astros here. Astros been playing well right now against the Miami Marlins. The Astros have heated up, and this is like there's a few situations where I wish I would have fired. And this is my biggest advice. Like when you're thinking betting, you got to fire. You got to fire. And the Astros to win their division was one where I wish I would have fired when they were struggling. Guys, we still haven't hit 1,000 likes. This is ridiculous. We've had millions of people watching the show. Start guys, get me to 1,000. We need one good liker at least. When you look at the Astros, though, really struggled early. That was one I wish I fired on. And then the Baltimore Orioles. Now, I do think there's going to be a moment to get the Baltimore Orioles for plus money to win the AL East once again, especially if the Yankees can get a game or two up on them. However, those are two divisions where I wish I would have fired. But today, looking at them against the Miami Marlins, one cover. They're 1-1 on the run line in this series. This is not necessarily one where I would want to lean towards a run line. Jake Bloss is going to be on the mound. I don't know a lot about him. He's coming off the injured list, I guess. This might be a bullpen game. He's probably going to be on limited innings. Going against Roderick Munoz, who has not been great. 4.5 ERA in the last 7 days, 5.48 overall, and a 1.47 WHIP. Probably would look at the over in this game of 8.5. I think, the Astros got to be the ones to deliver with the bats, but if Miami can put up 3 runs here, I do like this game probably getting over the total. So that would be my play in the Houston versus Miami game. But yeah, to keep going through, guys, I do like the Red Sox today with Tanner Houck on the run line -1.5 here. These have been competitive games, though. This is one that Boston needs to win. A lot of money on Boston still doesn't scare me. Also, another prime run line spot here would be the Mariners with Luis Castillo on the mound. I know Seattle does not necessarily have the best offense in the world, but pitching-wise, really like what Luis Castillo has been able to do this season. They're on the road. They're guaranteed the 9 at-bats. Going against the Angels team that really hasn't hit much better. Braves versus Diamondbacks tonight. Max Fried is on the mound against Brandon Pfaadt. It's a really good price for the Atlanta Braves tonight at -132. So that's one that I will definitely be looking at as well. I got to break down some more stuff, guys, but just going off the top, getting on here, talking live, those would be some. I also like the Tigers with Jack Flaherty on the mound for -130, looking at some short favorites. If I had to give a dog today, probably would lean Blue Jays +102 and then Dodgers +132. Again, the Dodgers is not necessarily a great matchup, but Landon Knack has pitched well. He's going against Aaron Nola, who's pitched fantastic this season. And the Dodgers are the Dodgers. And the Phillies are still dealing with injuries, right? They still have big guys in the lineup, but they're dealing with a lot of injuries right now. I think they're going to be much scarier after the All-Star break. But this is a series, if you're the Philadelphia Phillies, where you can kind of feel grounded after, struggling against the Atlanta Braves over the weekend, coming in, beating up the Dodgers, taking the series from the Dodgers. So just something to look at there. And then let's see AL East odds real quick before we sign off here. I know yesterday the Yankees won and the Orioles lost, obviously, so we might be getting back to earth a little bit. Let's see. Division winners. So we got the Yankees plus 100 now, Orioles minus 130. Still a good time to fire on the Yankees if you do like the Yankees. Again, I think the Yankees will fall apart, though, down the stretch, as we have seen. Any other questions, guys, before we sign off here? Really fun live. I appreciate you guys joining me this morning. We'll be on quick. I know someone said, I forget who it was. Someone said something about the family. I'll be back on, guys. Football season is about to be a movie. But jumping on here, guys, I wanted to hop on, talk some sports for a little bit. Give it another 30 seconds for any other questions before we sign off, guys. Make sure you go follow WSN, guys, on TikTok there. Follow that page. And then check out WSN Ride the Line podcast on YouTube. This is where we're on every Monday and Thursday. So if you want to hear me talking sports, Monday and Thursday would be the best place to do that on WSN. I get fired up when I see the people on the TikTok stream, so I really appreciate that. Everyone joining the show, guys. Any other questions? If not, we will sign off here, and we will talk to you soon for another episode of Ride the Line.